Susan has lived all her life in a small town in the Midwest. She worked as a teacher in an elementary school. Everyone in that town knew each other very well. It was no secret to anyone who and where he or she works and how much they earn. Everyone also knew the large family of the janitor, Jim. They had recently arrived from another country and lived very poorly. Jim lived with his wife and 5 children in an old social house on the outskirts of the town. On his small janitor salary, he barely made ends meet. Boy Bukhari, one of Jim's children, attended Susan's class. He was a very bright child, and in the lessons, he always pleased Susan with good progress. But Bukhari always dressed very modestly. His school supplies were old and clearly inherited from older children. Bukhari seemed to be a low-income child from the outside. Teachers pitied him, and children often teased him. Bukhari didn't pay any attention to the bullies. On the pre-Easter days, when the school was collecting donations for the needy, Susan understood why. On Monday before Easter, Susan told the children about the old school tradition of collecting donations for the needy on the holiday. She said that every student who considers his or her family rich and wealthy should bring a donation. It could be a treat or a toy. The next day, the students gave Susan gifts for those in need. She was very surprised when Bukhari came up to her and handed her a jar of pear jam. "This is for the poor," said the boy importantly. Susan took the jar of jam, looked carefully at Bukhari, and asked, "Why did you bring this jar?" "Because I'm not poor." "And who is poor? How do you think?" "Children without parents." Susan looked at him in amazement, then patted Bukhari's hair and let him go. All day, the old experienced teacher thought about what the little boy had said to her. The next day, Jim's tired father returned home in a very good mood. He entered the house with a wide smile on his face and announced right from the threshold, "We can be proud, just proud of our son." The wife looked at Jim in amazement, and he sat down on a chair and said, "Mrs. Susan, Bukhari's teacher, came to see me today." And Jim told his wife what he heard from Susan. On Easter Sunday, Bukhari received a gift from his parents, which was sponsored by the school. Opening it, he saw 2 pairs of new boots, one for him and one for his sister. He had never received new shoes before. But even without a gift, Bukhari knew very well that his family was very rich. He tried on new shoes, took them off, and ran to play with his brothers and sisters. And Susan, after that incident, stopped judging the wealth of the family by the appearance of its members, because not only money is needed for true wealth. Family is the only real bank account. Put love, tenderness, loyalty, and sacrifice on him every day. The interest in such capital is truly incalculable.